Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look at SUI. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and I won't say Happy New Year. I'm sure we'll see you again before that, but I won't be making any content tomorrow. So just heads up on that. We take a quick look here at yesterday's analysis here for SUI. It's actually pretty good little play out here because the way things worked out, that falling wedge actually worked like a charm. Now, again, you got to keep in mind, Bitcoin did recover pretty well, and that helps a lot, right? Bitcoin double bottomed off that 92.5 mark. In fact, we did secure some pretty solid profits off of that, good 36% in 18 hours from our entry at about 92.5. But again, we didn't take an SUI trade. I was very, very close to doing it. Hindsight, really wish I had. But we did secure some profits on Pepe and WIF as well. Some nice meme coins there. Good 34% average for both of those. But again, just kind of throwing this out here, there was a lot of liquidation upside at that 4.5 mark. That is the area that has gotten swept here. So we're going to take a look at that and see what next areas of resistance. We got this 470 point of control here locally. We can kind of see ever since we've been in the range of $4 to $5. We can see the most amount of resistance at 470. So it's exactly why the price rejected off that level. Okay, maybe not exactly, but it's pretty close. The reason why, because resistance ranges occur with a lot of volume and accumulation. In other words, a lot of people bought in at that level, so they're going to sell when the price gets back to that level because they want to break even, right? Market makers perform the same function. So just something to kind of be mindful of and think about. Let's take a look at liquidation levels first and kind of go from there. And just before we get started here, I want to say thanks again for being an amazing part of my life. SUI community has been super awesome, super constructive. Well, there's some people that are kind of like just blindly bullish. This is probably one of the few coins you can kind of almost be okay with doing that every time, just buy every single dip. But the truth is there are times when the price does look like it wants to pull back. We want to be mindful of that. This isn't one of those, but I just need you to know that it's important not just to be kind of a permeable in all situations, right? SUI came down as low as 350 the other day. In fact, I got some crazy outlandish spot limit orders filled with that little wick down. So just know anything can happen, right? Anyways, all the more reason to limit your leverage and to not get too crazy with high leverage and or position sizing. Let's take a look here. Last 7 days, we can see 475 upwards of 520, now 540. We got some late shorts here. A lot of folks are shorting with low leverage. And as the short levels get higher, the delta will start to shift. So if we take a look here, just to quickly note, macro, 520 to $5 even is that heavy concentration. So it would make perfect sense for SUI to try to punch through that here soon, considering we've tested that range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 times almost, right? We've seen 490 a lot. So just know that's the case. Liquidation delta here. This is something that's important to recognize. It's not too high, but it is consistent nonetheless, right? Because we can see the last 4 days straight, everyone's pretty much taking longs versus shorts, and it makes sense. That's how you want to do it with this coin. You don't want to short this coin. It's not safe. Having said that, though, we got 400 million, roughly 3 to 400 million right now in liquidation delta longs to the upside, so that's a very favorable situation. Basically just implying that more people are taking longs than shorts right now. If we look at open interest too, we kind of zoom in here. We can recognize heaviest concentrations along is at 450. A lot of folks bought that local dip here, and then 435 just below that. So 450 as a round number is a safe presumption of a support, all right? And that puts us just above this local, golden pocket. That fair value gap here close by has been filled. So there's a lot of positivity here, folks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts, see what's going on. We want to double check the SMAs and recognize we're over the 20-day SMA, super awesome. Always a favorable sign. Okay, we wicked down below that recently here, but that was kind of an outlandish day for a lot of coins. And we've had that natural knee-jerk reaction back to the upside. While most coins were bleeding out, SUI is one of those coins that just keeps on going. Okay, so awesome stuff there. Again, be careful with leverage because you can see some pretty nasty candle wicks, but for the most part, this coin is pretty consistent spot buy. I mean, you want to buy every single dip if you can on your spot bag because it just appears to be very consistent and likely to continue higher. We're over 50 on the RSI, money flow index is above it, stochastic swinging up, MACD is trying to converge. These are all very, very good foreshadowing signs, letting us know that further upside makes tremendous amount more sense than the consideration of the price pulling back. That in combination with Bitcoin dominance pulling back down to that low 58% range, I did highlight that on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Basically just kind of letting you know this is a very good thing for altcoins. Okay, as we continue to drop, we're starting to see more altcoins increase. The Bitcoin dominance / altcoin dominance situation is very good right now, and it's especially favorable for this coin because this coin just responds super well to any type of movements from Bitcoin, at least good positive increases from Bitcoin. So all that being said, what does that mean? Well, we are seeing some pretty awesome convergence here at this 450 mark. Again, I'm rounding up a little bit, 444. We got 50 in the 20-day SMA hanging out right there. That's our 0.618 fib level. We can also recognize we're over 50 in the RSI. Stochastic, while it's swinging down, it's very normal for this pretty significant uptrend. As it starts to cool off, we're looking for our second stochastic swing to the upside. Hypothetically, the price continues a little bit lower and goes and then bounces from there. We got this nice little bull flag type of pattern here forming, which is very awesome to see, because a lot of times you'll see the price action continue higher into that and then work itself into a descending trend. And the reason why that happens is because a lot of not only the resistance above us at 470 kind of coming into play, but the more important thing is, people that are in profit, they're taking profits, and as the price continues lower, people are buying those dips. So it's inevitable to break out to the upside. That's generally how bull flag patterns work. I'll clean up the charts, folks, as per usual. I'll post a new playout chart in our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord, but at this point here, this is strictly hypothetical. You don't trade patterns alone, but a bull flag followed by a falling wedge pattern is pretty much just a glorified cup and handle. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Again, very cryptic trading drawing or articulation there is not perfect. I'll clean it up again, but just letting you know that we got some positive stuff here. We're back up over the cloud here. Didn't spend much time below. Lag and spends free and clear for the next few hours. Basically just implies we don't break out soon. You may want to wait a little bit longer for the price to pull back. To me, it seems sensible for a 450 entry as a rough estimate if we see that. You may want to also consider getting some skin in the game here too, because it very well could continue higher. We're seeing some pretty nice movements here for Bitcoin. It's also printing a cup and handle. In fact, we got a lot of cup and handles starting. This is very premature though. Please, folks, understand this. Just because I draw this out doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just a common occurrence when you retest a resistance range and you come down to bounce out the local point of control. That's what Bitcoin is doing so far. While it hasn't pulled back yet, if it does, it should come out looking something like that. And if that does occur, we should see SUI rip pretty hard moving forward. And it may not even need to pull back with Bitcoin. It's been doing fairly well considering just completely separate from Bitcoin. So all in all, this coin has a tremendous amount of reasons why taking a short position makes 0 sense at all, and taking long is highly sensible. I do personally feel that we're probably going to return back up to this 480 or higher range. It's got all the makings at this point are looking pretty good. So again, fantastic stuff. We'll go ahead and talk more about this here soon, but future reference, I'll be out of the office tomorrow for Christmas. I wish you a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whichever one works best for you. And I want to say thank you again for just being a phenomenal part of my life. To those who are using Bitunix, continue to register. Links down below for that nice deposit bonus this month. And of course, if you're part of my crypto cash trading community, congrats on the profits. But more important, read through our trade alerts here. I send out updates on signals every time we take a trade, just so you understand a little more specifically what I'm thinking. And then obviously make sure you reference our signals guide so you know how to articulate the trades, because you don't just follow my trades blindly if you do. Everyone has different risk tolerance. You got to discover that. And once you find a good little mix, though, it tends to work fairly well. Okay? All right. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Thanks again for your time. Take care.